going on YouTube? I'm Major Martinez, and today this is my first video of 5 things. So about these 5 things, soon in YouTube, I'll be talking about 5 things in wrestling, music. There'll be that one video where I'll talk about video games, but in the meantime, it will be just wrestling and music. So right now I have a pair of notes, so I can do things in order. So what I talk about is that 5 things that you could say today's kids will never know, or don't know while growing up. However you want to put it. But I'm referring to as kids as who were born during the PG era. Let's say from mid-ish 2008 till at least 2010. So those who were born from in the middle of 2008 or the year 2010, and right now it's 2016. So they're most likely between the ages of 6 through 10, I'm assuming. So put it that way. So this episode is 5 sexy things that today's kids will never know. Put it that way. So it all started as in the late 90s, known as the Attitude Era, or in some case in the middle of the 90s. You will see like most bizarre females, and now later to female wrestlers as Trish Stratus, Lita, Sable, Jacqueline, and so forth, that made a huge impact on not just wrestling, but also based on their looks and how they're promoting the company with their attractive boobs, and how matches they're involved in bikinis and all on. You know, because Attitude Era was more based on adult content that attracts many viewers, especially little children who were watching the Attitude Era at the time, doing all these suck it and all cursing and doing things that they shouldn't be doing, which, well, that's on them. So so those who were born on PG era, they're not gonna know what they've like grown up while watching from Attitude Era or Ruthless Aggression. So this is why I want to talk about this and also on video. So I want to start with at least 5 things. They're not top 5, but just 5 things. So the kids who were born in the middle of 2008 till 2010 or something are known as PG kids. So number 5, I would like to start off with Kelly's Extreme Expose back in 2006 to 2008. So this is the time where Barbie Blank, aka Kelly, would be around age 17 till 19. She made her debut, not her in-ring debut, but her appearance on the first airing of the revival of ECW back in 2006 on the Sci-Fi channel, which it was named at the time Sci-Fi channel. She describes herself as a misogynist, so technically, from her understanding is that she would like to take off all of her clothes and strip for the fans. So every Tuesday, Kelly will most likely appear. She'll like dance around on the side of the stage, and just strips around like if she was a sexy model. And at the times later on those extreme exposés, I think her boyfriend at the time, Mike Knox, I think that's his name, they would like stop the party and just like take Kelly away because she'll most likely take off her bra but just cover her boobs and all that. So number 4 will be WWE's partnership with Playboy. Since the Attitude Era, most females would be featured on Playboy, not just the Playboy cover, but all of its magazines, from China, Sable, Tori Wilson, to Ashley, and finally Maria. So most likely of each year, some WWE divas will like get featured on the Playboy covers and magazines, and also promote them on either Raw and SmackDown. So that ended until the last ever wrestler, Maria, was featured on a Playboy cover on 2008. That's when it transitions from TV 14 to TV PG, And also, not only because there were WWE and Playboy were partnerships, but also promote them. They're trying to promote the so-called match, the Playboy Lumberjack, something like that, between Ashley and Maria and against Melina and Beth Phoenix, I believe. So number 3 would be panty / bikini matches. So those matches were so successful that all men would like tune into Raw and SmackDown and try to tune into these matches because they're so attractive on watching all the female wrestlers trying to compete each other and trying to like what the rules are is that they'll both get into the ring, and what they'll do to win is try to strip one opponent's all clothing to its panty and bikinis. That's basically it. And other occasions they'll like take it from the ring to like a pool or mud puddles. If you go back to the WWE Network, then you'll see most of those matches. ECW's Poker Playoff featuring all ECW divas. I believe at the time there was Kelly, Layla. I'm not sure who else was in there, but yeah, I think it all started off in the episode of ECW. It was like a backstage segment where they were all playing poker, strip poker, and I believe one of them, I think it was Kelly who first started. She had to take off something because she lost to whichever card. I'm not sure how strip poker or regular poker, whatever, how it's played or how it's done. Even if it's what they're doing is a backstage segment. Kelly was the first to like take off her bra, but she was like just covered in the entire show. And then I'm not sure who else started taking off her clothes. I think it was Layla or some other diva. And then later in the episode, that is where I think either Layla or Maria that started a feud on Kelly, and they both got so mad that he's trying to like wrestle each other like all completely naked, like they had no panties or bra. And, like that was during an ECW episode, or probably exclusively back at the time on ECW.com. And if you could look back, I'm pretty sure they're all censored. It's hard to find it on YouTube or any other site, but that clip was brought back on Jerry Springer's Too Hot for TV, except that if you try to watch it while he's hosting the show, they're all censored and whatever, trying to cover everything. So yeah, that was like one of those things that a lot of men would get into wrestling, not because of watch their favorite WWE superstars, but also because of women at the time. Finally, number 1 that the kids wouldn't like know what it's like growing up watching the scene was the Edge and Lita's live sex celebration on Monday Night Raw. So it started following Edge's victory on winning the WWE Championship. So they were, instead of having a sexual orientation in a private hotel, they decided to bring it on Monday Night Raw as a celebration. So both went on it, but not all went completely naked. But there was this clip where I think it was a cameraman. That's only if you saw like on live, like on the time it was live during the USA Network. One of the cameramen were like on the side of the bed. So there's Edge and Lita, for example. No, Edge and Lita, for example. And the cameraman was right there at that position. I think they were smooching or just grabbing each other. And that clip, if you look close, pay attention, it just caught off guard of Lita's nip slips or side boob, and most people were like watching. Those who were attended there were either watching from that position or through the Titantron. And if you hear the voices, the background voices, like oh, and especially Jerry Lawler's voice, he got excited about his puppies. So that's the thing that most men will miss. But yeah, they could rewind it on the WWE Network, but as they say, it's uncensored, but technically it's censored or cut off or whatever they have to do. So that is it for my very first episode of 5 Things. Thank you guys for watching. Like this video, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Until then, see you guys in the next time.